morning. It's October 14th, and we're in our Moultrie North Seed Orchard here in Moultrie, Georgia. And fall's absolutely in the air. A lot of harvest activities are going on in this particular county. Peanuts are being dug, cotton's been defoliated. You're seeing farmers going up and down the road doing a lot of harvest activities, and that's actually what we're going to look at today. We're in this seed orchard. I'm joined by Jake Rogers, our Eastern Region Seed Orchard Manager, and we're looking at cone harvest, and we're looking at kind of some fruits of our efforts that have gone on for a period of time, and we're going to look at some things like seed orchard establishment. We're going to talk about seed security and integrity and how we maintain that through the entire process all the way to sowing. We're going to look at the tools of the trade, if you will, the things that we use, that we have to use within the orchard to be successful. And then we're going to get in a lift, and we're going to show you actual cone harvest operations as they're ongoing, how we do it, how we manage it. And so I hope that's insightful to you, and I hope it's useful to you. Jake, I wanted him here with me today so we could talk about seed orchard establishment a little bit. Obviously, you can't harvest cones until you have an orchard that's been established. So, Jake, thinking through this particular complex, 120 acres or so?
That's right.
When was this originally set out and laid out to become an orchard?
We started laying this ground out back in 2013. Grafted the rootstock in 2014, so this orchard's going into its eighth season. Trees are starting to produce well. Looking as far as sites go, I mean, we want some kind of soil that's got good drainage. Tipton soils are absolutely wonderful, and that's what we've got here in Moultrie North.
This site actually is owned by the Mobley family, and the Mobley family obviously owns IFCO Seedlings. This was in ag production. This would have been in cotton or peanuts, which most of Colquitt County, the area that we're in, is surrounded by. And so it's a huge investment for them to say, we'll take this productive ag land with the most productive soils in the area, take it out of ag production, and then put it into a seed orchard. I know a lot of his friends and people in this area probably thought he was crazy, but it's been the right investment. It's been a great investment for IFCO. It's shown his commitment to this business, to IFCO, and this harvest that we're actively going on now is really starting to pay dividends. And it takes a tremendous amount of seed to operate, to fulfill all of our nurseries.
Absolutely.
It takes an absolute lot of seed to get that done. So, Jake, we're going to see here in a minute maybe some different paint colors on the trees.
Yep.
So if you wouldn't mind sharing about the seed orchard establishment process and why we might have different colors throughout the orchard.
Absolutely. So in this block we're standing in, this is our clonal row block, and it was designed specifically for CMP. These trees are one after the other, same family, same seed lot number, and we go through, design a map, design the orchard layout, get it printed up, double check everything, and then we come out here and paint these trees and put a specific color with each family. And we follow that process for everything we do in the seed orchards, whether it be CMP operations or cone harvest operations, collecting sign material for grafting. All these things start with a basic map and an understanding of it and how we use it.
Yeah. So Jake mentioned CMP, so some of you might be familiar with that. It's a full sip cross, controlled mass pollination. It's when we have a known mother tree and a known father tree, and we make a specific cross. And there's been a lot of breeding testing and selection that's gone through the process. We kind of talked about that in our very first video with Dr. Ford. And so those individuals get placed into the orchard because they're either been fully tested or there's attributes or traits about that cross that we really like, and we want to bring it up to operational scale, which is what we do in these seed orchards here. So you mentioned clonal rows for max efficiency when we're doing CMP.
That's right.
So basically, so the crews can come in, they can really avoid some errors too, right? Give them some pollen.
Absolutely.
And then just get on down the row and then come back. But there's also blocks of trees that are not in clonal rows. What's that configuration about?
Right. Here behind us we have a six tree block design, and it was basically designed to be a little more diversified. We can use it for an OP orchard as well as CMP orchard, and it really has proven to be wonderful, especially for OP collections. And also for CMP collections as well. Everything is in a 6-tree block. It's repeated design. It's very simple to navigate. The logistics on it work out well.
Can you speak to maybe adjacency a little bit? Why we select certain individuals to go in certain locations and why we would have a space or gap or a different area where a similar, maybe related family might be grafted into an orchard?
Well, it really depends on relatedness within the family. We like to not do any kind of crossbreeding as far as family parents. We like to have, no mutations in our seed whatsoever. So when we design an orchard and put our families in the specific places that we choose, we keep that in mind, with especially crossbreeding with one another and relatives of that family.
Jake and I get to talk all the time. Our offices are across from one another. Questions that come up to me from clients is, man, how do I know what I'm really getting? And so we show them PRS data sheets, or we show them any third-party verified information that we can to verify that family. But it's also critical that it starts where we know the individuals that we're grafting in, that clone and the remnants, and they're notated, but also thinking about seed security the whole process through. So speak to a little bit about the way that we maintain integrity from the orchard all the way through the seed extraction process.
So seed security is, we strive for seed security. Just like Ben said, he often gets asked, how do we know this is exactly what you're saying it is? So basically, we design the map, we double check the map, that's where it all starts. We come out here and we paint the trees a specific color for every family. And once we start with cone harvest, we will assign a special color for the crews to go through and pick. We follow that up with tagging the bags with the seed lot number. We also put the same color ribbon on those bags to ensure that that is exactly what we are picking. It then goes to a crate that we use to transport the cones to our seed extractor. And on that crate we have a label, and it has the exact seed lot number, ribbon color, and all the information needed for the seed extractor. And once it gets to the seed extractor, they follow the same procedures we do. We actually supply them with a list, color codes, seed lot numbers. Everything is very easy to run down, and it's very simple. Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. There's really no mishaps in this.
And we only use a handful of seed extractors. There's not really many in the market, honestly.
Right.
And so we've got great rapport with those guys, and we provide them really detailed information up front. They generally know what to expect, and what families, how many bushels that we're sending over, and then do they send us reports back on extraction? And
absolutely.
And so we're able to maintain that all the way through. And we'll do some future videos where we're actually kind of looking at seed within our seed freezers and how it's stored and maintained and labeled in there. And so our video that we did with Clark Duncan, you'll notice that we put the specific families in the tray on the bench system or into our berry nurseries, and it's identified with maps there as well. So all the way from initial grafting, to harvest, to extraction, to seed in the seed freezer, to the field, and then it's labeled even further than that, all the way to the bags or the boxes to the field, and shipping tickets all the way through.
Absolutely.
So integrity and seed security through the entire process is absolutely critical. The harvest is always a great time to look back on the work we've done and be thankful for all that we've been blessed with. The Creator's truly blessed us, and we feel that way here at IFCO. We hope today's episode will help you become a better, more informed landowner and land manager. Thank you for watching IFCO Edge.